So we are now recording the September 23rd, 2016 Small Business Accounting Advisory. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
So how is everybody doing this week?
Great. Great.
Great.
I got 2 new contracts, so.
Congratulations.
Well, that makes for a great week.
It does. Well, one of them I was working on for the last week and a half, and the other one I've been working on for a couple of months. So different people are ready to go.
You have to be there when they're ready to go, and when you are, it just all of a sudden magically happens.
So.
And here's our girlfriend, Joanne, and Mariette's joining us.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow, we have a full crew today.
Well, I like her initials, MFM.
Call her M&M for M&M's.
Got it.
Mariette Martinez.
Did you see Sis hang up this morning?
I did not. I had to.
It was on Slack.
I want to start going to his hangouts or whatever, his Zoom meetings, but it's hard. At 8 o'clock, I'm usually driving my daughter to school.
I try to save my Fridays to be able to do Seth's and then Mayan, but today I had to go and install that QB17. I was scheduled to do it. It went wonderful. I should not go on wood and should not speak too soon, but I had not a problem. She's extremely happy, and one of the things she's very happy with is the appearance has not changed.
No,
that was one of her concerns.
That's so important.
It is.
I was really surprised when I installed 2017. I have it, my preferences all set up for the light colored icon bar at the top, and it automatically did that.
Nice.
I didn't switch it back. Although it turned full payroll on and that, but that's easy enough.
That's the second time I've heard that. Misha has said that too, that it automatically turned payroll on.
It's an easy thing to fix. I'll tell you, one of the greatest things now is when you do a report and you filter it, at the very top of the report, it shows all the filters you have in place. And if you remove any filter, there's a little X to the right of the filter, and you just click on that X and it goes away. So it's very, very handy from that point of view.
Nice.
I saw 2 presentations on QuickBooks 2017. One was taught by Laura SBAA or something, and the other one by Hector. And Hector's was awesome. He just
is amazing.
Yeah. The other lady went through, and it was all very good. But
I saw Laura Madeira. She was on VCon.
Laura Madeira. She was on VCon. Yep.
And she talked about the new scheduled reports.
Yep.
There is so much you need to do and have in place to make those scheduled reports happen. I'm blown away. And none of us as pro advisors will probably ever be able to do that from the QuickBooks that we maintain on our desktop, because you cannot have more than one version of QuickBooks on your desktop if you want to do that.
Right. But if people were to have 2 or 3 different machines, they could have the QuickBooks Premier on one machine. They could have the QuickBooks Enterprise on another one, and then they could do it. But
yeah, it sounds great, and I love it, but not quite there yet.
Don't you have to be in single user mode too? You can't do it in multi-user mode?
That's correct.
I mean, so what good is it?
For clients, it would really work well. If you are the only person that's using QuickBooks and you have it and you want to send out reports, say to the owner or an accountant or whatever on a regular basis, it would be perfect for that. But there are things that you have to go in and change in the windows. You have to have the QuickBooks running. You have to have a lot of things to happen before this will happen automatically.
Yeah, when I read about what all you had to do to make it work, I'm like, forget it. You know.
That's
You have to be-
okay.
you have to
Versions of
be admin-
QuickBooks, in
you have to
single
be
user
admin in the
mode.
Windows.
Yes, you have to be admin in the Windows too. So,
Oh, that's right. You have to right-click on it and say,
run
open
as
as
admin.
and that's a Windows admin. But I do that with QuickBooks updates very commonly. I'll right-click on it and open it. Once you do that one time, I think it holds it.
But
Yes.
you know the crazy thing about this whole thing is this, whatever you want to call it, this functionality would be best for an accountant, right, to serve his clients. However, just like Gina said, if you have more than one version on your desktop or whatever,
And almost every pro advisor does. As a
Yeah,
matter
you're
of
gonna-
fact, I don't know any pro advisor that doesn't.
so I
And
think
that's for the same year. And I always have all the years lined up in a row, too.
For as old as my computer is, and then when I go to older computers, I have older versions.
Right.
Well, I'm on a server. I mean, on a personal server with Cloud9, which has, you know, and I have
Ah,
14, 15, 16, and I'm going to get them on 17.
Right.
So it won't be any good there because it's all multi-user on a server. I'm not running an administrator. I'm on the server.
Plus,
right.
they have to comply with the sunset laws, the sunset rules too, right? I mean, they can't have more than 3 versions on their server. Say, like Cloud9 can't have more than 3 different versions because of the
I
sunset.
have tons. I mean, I have enterprise. Now, I have my own server. I'm not on a server farm.
Okay.
You know, where, you know, I'm sharing it. It's mine, I guess. Like, I pay enough for it. It's not cheap.
Got it. The one thing that I did do and that I learned from Laura yesterday was there's an option in preferences now under general to keep QuickBooks running in the background for quicker startup. I unchecked that baby.
Yes, I do too. Yeah. It interferes with a lot of things.
It does. It does. You know, I guess for certain people that'd be okay, but I really don't think it should be a default. I think
Well, but if you're on a local area network and you've got that checked, then when somebody wants to go to single user mode, they have to go around to all the computers and uncheck it.
And I bet it wouldn't work with QBox either. I'll bet you that messes up QBox big time because it never closes.
Oh, I'll
Oh,
bet you.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're signed in as the admin user, can you not kick all the users out?
Yes, you
Mhm.
can.
That's something
That
new.
makes them real happy.
You can even let them know. That's kind of neat. You can say, okay, I'm warning you. In
Yeah.
15 minutes, I'm going to kick you all out.
And then I do it. Kaboom.
Makes you feel like you have power, huh?
I just think, how fast does it need to start up? Is that like screaming at the microwave to cook my frozen dinner faster? I only did you take 3 minutes, not 5. You know, how long is this water taking to boil?
Well, I guess we've gotten used to faster computers and things just instantaneously. So if something takes more than a minute, it feels like...
I know, we think, holy smokes. I remember when we used to have dial-up connections and we think, wow, this is speedy. Man, this is great. You know,
That's true.
you hear that, you freak out.
Walking into the office, turning on my computer, clicking on QuickBooks, and then going and getting a cup of coffee. And it would be starting up by the time I'm sitting down.
Have your breakfast too.
I wanted to ask if everybody could kind of introduce themselves to Kevin, because he doesn't know anybody here.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Kevin.
I should have done that. Let's have Kevin speak a little bit about himself. Well, let's hear about himself.
Hard, because he can't
Yeah.
You're being funny, Gia.
sign out and sign back in. Maybe. Let's see.
There, he's muted now. Maybe if he unmutes himself, it'll work.
Unmute yourself, Kevin. Who muted him? Did he do it himself?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin?
I just tried unmuting him.
Kevin? No?
Still can't hear you.
Do you have a microphone connected to your computer, Kevin?
Do you?
He's going to have to type in chat for us. Oh, I see 19 new messages. Oh my gosh. Why didn't they just scroll like they usually?
They're just like, Kevin said hello.
Hello, Kevin. Okay, so we'll start. Linda, you want to introduce yourself? Say hi to Kevin. We don't do this very often anymore. Linda, you need to unmute. Let me see. Unmute. Okay.
There we go.
Linda?
Oh, I'm Linda Russell, and I specialize in QuickBooks Desktop. And my specialty is setup and training. I do setup and training, and then if I get along really well with the clients, I'll go in once a month to reconcile, or once every 2 or 3 months.
And where are you from, Linda?
Oh, I'm from Southern California. I'm from Upland, California, which is 30 miles due east of LA. And I've been doing this for 20 years.
Thank you.
QuickBook Queen.
Yes. Thank you, Linda. Deb, let's go with you next. Let's unmute you and introduce yourself a little bit.
I'm Debbie Kilsheimer. I live in Port Orange, Florida, which is just south of Daytona Beach, north of New Smyrna Beach. It's famous. Ryan Lochte grew up here. And it's for Eileen Wuornos, the women's serial killer, was arrested. So we're famous for quite a big variety of things.
Is that in your Chamber of Commerce brochures?
Deb is also one of the Firm of the Future winners.
Yep, Firm of the Future winner. I was a top 100 pro advisor. My chest says so.
Thank you, Deb. Dennis, would you like to tell us a little about yourself?
I'm Dennis Thompson. I'm a CPA. I used to do QuickBooks. I still do it for my tax clients, but my primary focus now is taxes and IRS representation and some tax planning. I live in Linwood, Washington, which is about 20 miles north of Seattle.
Sarah, are you at a place that you can tell us about yourself? One moment. Let's move on to Tiffany. We'll come back to Sarah. Tiffany, want to tell us about yourself?
Sure. I'm Tiffany Stewart. I'm a CPA. I'm located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I've been in public practice in Canada for almost 20 years. I was in the Caribbean for 4.5 before that. I've been QuickBooks Desktop for about 25 years and QuickBooks Online for about 5 years.
Thank you. Yvette, I'm sure you know Kevin, but let's...
Yeah. Kevin, I met Kevin at XeroCon and invited him onto this group. You know me, Yvette Shaw. I'm the owner of YMS Bookkeeping Services, and I've had my bookkeeping company for about 13 years now, I think, and love to be part of this group. It's one of the best things that happened to me.
Thank you, Yvette. Dwayne?
Hi, my name is Dwayne Johnson. I'm an enrolled agent. I've been working as an accounting and tax consultant for the last 25, 30 years. My specialization is in real estate, nonprofits, and small business owners. I do tax as well as QuickBooks consulting. I do cleanup as well as anything that a client might desire. I've been on QuickBooks Online since 2009, and that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Dwayne. Brandon, can you speak? Oh, Brandon's driving. We want Brandon to pay attention. There we are. Oh, Brandon, you're talking and we can't hear you. So we'll have to come back. Okay, Sarah Prevost, can you speak now?
Hi. Yeah, I'm really close to school, so I'm okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Sure. Sarah Prevost. I live in Portland, Oregon. Been a long-time bookkeeper, but a new, on my own bookkeeper now. Have my own business called Vintage Labs, and I love QuickBooks Online and Xero, and I've worked on desktop for many years now. So.
Thank you, Sarah. Misha is under the desk.
We're just doing under the desk, a crazy woman.
Hi, Misha.
Hi.
Would you like to tell us about yourself?
You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Misha Paris. I live in Massachusetts, over in New England. where nobody ever visits. Do taxes and bookkeeping and some small business consulting. My background is kind of a hodgepodge of everything. So I've been a financial aid. I've been a financial aid counselor at colleges. I've done HR. I've done student employment. So there's a lot of stuff in my background. I've also done some training and stuff like that. But right now we're focused on taxes, bookkeeping, and consulting for small businesses.
Thank you, Misha. Joanne?
Hello. My name is Joanne Del Balso. I am from upstate New York, Syracuse to be exact. I own an accounting practice, No Fuss Accounting Services. I'm an enrolled agent. I've been in the industry for 30 years. I've been in my own practice for, it'll be 9 years on October 12th. And I also have a social media consulting business called Be Socially Awesome, where I help small business owners learn to tell their story of why they do what they do on social media.
Thank you, Joanne. Mariette? Can you tell us a little about yourself?
Hi, I'm Mariette. Welcome, Kevin, to an absolutely amazing group. Don't feel pressure that you can actually watch recordings, and that's what I do most of the time because we can't always be here. You'll probably hear me quite a bit. You watch recordings. We all talk about ourselves and how great this group is, but a little bit about me. I'm an accountant like most of us. I do tax preparation. I love apps. I love showing off apps. That's why I'm wearing my 17 hat shirt. I'm just welcoming you here. You're going to grow and learn and be incredibly grateful to be in this group because that's how I feel every single day. So nice to meet you.
Thank you, Mariette. Larry? Larry's the dragon.
Yeah. I'm a bookkeeper presently for a small boutique IT search firm, but shortly to transition into my own, probably early next year. And I'm going to take the leap and try to go in private practice.
Great.
Thank you, Larry. And I am Gina Rodkey, host of this show. I'm from outside of Philadelphia, PA. My business is Gina's Internet Advising, and I'm doing virtual bookkeeping. So I think now we've got everybody. Everybody's introed themselves. And you can see that we're from all across the United States.
Gina,
Yes,
I forgot to say where I was from. Southern California.
Southern California for Dwayne.
I forgot to say a lot of things, but oh well. I'm going to read what Kevin, do you want to read what Kevin wrote to Gina? Do you want to do that, or do you want
Go ahead, Yvette.
Okay, it says, I have a small tax account. Now, this is Kevin, not me. I have a small tax accounting and wealth management practice. My vision for over 20 years has been to integrate and automate the service we provide to our clients so that we can focus as much as possible on providing personal recommendations. The cloud and associated tools are making that possible so it is a very exciting and scary world that we live in. I think I'm a little bit of an outlier because I've developed my own technology solutions. Wow, that's great. Currently, I'm implementing a solution that uses Azure SQL Server for a client that has about 40 employees, 30 of which are offsite consultants that work in either employee or contractor roles. This client requires a lot of flexibility in how it processes transactions, and I have always been frustrated by using multiple add-ins, workarounds to use with an accounting package, in this case, Xero. So my solution has a web interface to allow the consultants to enter time and expense and provide reporting back to them, since each consultant is essentially running their, I can't read the rest, running their.
Yeah, I think.
So anyways, that's pretty interesting. Wow, Kevin, I knew you told me you were working on something like that, but didn't know it was exactly that. Where's Kevin?
Kevin.
Someone that I spoke to within the past week needed help with that. It was in one of the Facebook groups that we have, and they were not keeping time and trying to get the time into QuickBooks or into Xero or something. They they were manually entering it, I think. So, but it's not coming back to me where I read.
I have a vague recollection of that, but I don't remember the details.
I may remember it. I have a photographic memory, which is always a handy thing to have.
So when it does come back, then just
Well, put it in the chat.
Man, Kevin, I really wish you could talk because I'd like to talk to you about all this. This is pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It is, for sure.
Absolutely.
Great.
Okay, so Misha, can you come back to us? Misha must have stepped away for a moment.
Yeah, she must have.
Misha's having an event next week.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to her about that.
Oh, I wonder what it's about. What is it?
We'll come back to that. A little bit of suspense for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yvette, you've been keeping us posted with Jerry Murphy's stuff. The Zero and QBO.
Pretty interesting.
Comparison.
Seems like they're, to me, from what I read, it seems that QBO has some more functions than Zero does, but let's face it, Zero's still a baby, There are some things, though, that Jerry, when she's writing about these, that she knows Zero in and out. But like in today's, one thing I did notice is that Zero is not in too many versions. They don't have as many versions in international countries as it does in the as QBO does. QBO has more, versions for other countries as opposed to Zero. I think that.
So if you're in Zero in Canada, it's the same Zero as the United States.
Yeah, I believe so. And of course, but these other countries, I think Zero had 7 or 8, something like that. And I think QBO had like 12 or 13.
Okay.
But she writes, I kind of read all through it and, try to, think about what she's saying there. Because she really does a thorough, investigation on it or whatever you call it, just checking it out. So that's why it took her, I think this one came out a little later than it should have, but she said it's just that she spends a lot of time, searching, looking at every aspect of it,
Right.
Big topic. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm posting it every day, following up her stuff.
Actually, on that topic, I don't know if you guys know, I found out because I was watching one of Hector's videos. I'm sure you guys are all subscribed to his channel. He's so awesome.
Yeah,
but they are going to be talking about, I think at QuickBooks Connect, that QuickBooks Online is going to have a fully translated Spanish version, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, and they're going to really push that whole Latin America, Mexico, South America area. And so Hector actually did a video completely in Spanish and showing the QBO Spanish translated version. It was so awesome.
Well, he's awesome. They picked the perfect person to do that.
Oh, of course they did. And it was so funny because afterwards, him and I, talked quite a bit. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. You speak so beautifully in Spanish and mine is like horrible. And he's like, really? I said, oh my God. I could never have done that demo in Spanish. Like he did all translated perfectly. I loved it. It was really good.
I think he's also was born in Venezuela.
Yeah, he's definitely like hardcore Latino.
Yeah.
But even though we're Latinos, we get lazy with our Spanish. My in-laws are, only speak Spanish. My dad's Argentinian. My mom's Mexican. My kids speak Spanish. And I still have this kind of Spanish, but his Spanish is, business Spanish and conversational Spanish is totally different,
Oh.
So, and he articulates so beautifully in Spanish. I follow him and I follow another Spanish speaking CPA. His name is, I'll put it in the chat. His website is the CPA Hispano is his website. And he speaks so beautifully in Spanish. I'll be on an hour drive and I'll listen to his podcast because he speaks so beautifully in Spanish.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so anyways, I thought that was kind of cool that they're going to announce that at QuickBooks Connect.
That is awesome. That's awesome. And Hector is, yeah, he's amazing. I call him a little genius. I don't know. The very first time I've seen his demos, I was hooked.
Did you, Mariette, were you on his webinar today on power pricing?
No, you know what I do? That's why I mentioned it to Kevin. Hopefully he took my advice. Like a lot of times, I'm sure you guys, like I think when you were saying you can't always make sets. So what I do is as soon, because I register for everybody. I register for sets. I register for QuickBooks Power Hour. I also register for Woodard, his webinars that they do. What are they called? The Woodard webinars? I forgot what they're called. But anyways, I register for all of them, and as soon as I get the email that says the meeting ended, you know how it allows you to get the recording? And so I'll open the recording, and then I'll save it to my YouTube page, like under their names. And then when I'm working, I'll put it in my iPad in the background, and I'll be working, listening to the recordings. That's why I don't know if you guys noticed, like sometimes I'll post about your meeting like a few days later, because I'll listen to it, and then I'm like, oh my God, that was so cool. So then I'll post about it. So I was watching that hilarious one of Deborah. Oh my God, when she was talking about how she has her clients buy her the apps because she doesn't want her husband to know the pricing.
Hey, he can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where's Hal? Where's Hal, Deb?
He's in the other room.
Oh,
He can hear you.
No, I was watching that at like 4 in the morning because lately I've been having to get up earlier to catch up on work. Anyways, so I was watching that and I was cracking up because you were like, oh yeah, now my clients just buy my app for me. I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. And then you're like I only buy with my husband once a year when we talk about buying apps. I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. That is hilarious. So you made my morning that day. I'm like, oh my God, Deborah, it's so funny. So anyway,
My clients are great. They took me to Disney World last week.
I know.
Nice.
You tried to get on when you were at Disney World. The funny thing is, I tried to do what Deborah did. I just wanted to tell you guys. So she got on at the very end at Disney World, right? Well, I was at the Pomona Fair, which is the LA County Fair. Linda knows about it, of course. It's like a big county fair. And so I'm like, I'm going to get on at the LA County Fair, like on the train, like, hey, you guys. So I was all ready for it. I have my kids with me and everything. And my son looks at me, my 8-year-old, and he's so funny. He's like, you will not get into an accounting meeting right now. And we're like, you are with your kids right now. Take that phone away.
All right.
Oh,
Parenting you.
He gave me the eye. He's like, put that phone away. I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
Deborah came on from Disney World.
Many times.
That was so funny. But anyways, yeah, Deb, you totally made my day. Oh my God, that was so funny. Kevin, watch the recording. Sometimes the recordings are even better than live because you can rewatch it over and over again.
Nice. Nice. So Misha, are you with us yet? Misha, hello.
And the Dragon and Joanne. What are they all maybe meeting on the side somewhere?
Yeah, they're meeting without us.
Hello, I'm here. I'm alive.
Hey there, here's Joanne.
There's Joanne.
I'm here.
Joanne now has an awesome fan page. So Joanne, what is the difference between a fan page? Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not what the right word for it.
A public figure.
Public figure, that was it. What's the difference between that and your business page?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
There's really no difference in the eyes of Facebook. It's basically a business page that I'm choosing for me. I'm choosing to have myself out there as a public figure. I do have a fan page for No Fuss Accounting. Or a business page for No Fuss Accounting. But what I wanted to do when I first started doing the social media stuff, I didn't have like a name for the business. It was just me. So I figured it was best to brand me. And that way I can take that public profile and I can actually pretty much use it and market it as I wish. So if I want to, like right now I'm using it for more of my social media stuff, but I can always brand it for public speaking. I can brand it for doing, coaching classes or mastermind groups that I want to host. I can kind of use it for, whatever I want. But for the most part, it's going to be more centered around what I have going on as an individual.
Got it. Got it. So I want to say that I am enjoying being part of the Be Socially Awesome. This weekend, you gave me an assignment.
I did.
Every time I talk to you, you give me an assignment. So I was thinking, you know what? This must be how my clients feel when I'm dealing with them. So I whined back to Joanne. Wow, 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 wow. I can't do this. I don't have the time.
Yeah. And you did, though. You did it. How long did it actually take you to do it? Not that long.
No, 5 minutes and I was done.
And what happened what happened to that post? Once
that post came back as the most popular post on my page.
Thank you.
So, again, drop the mic, right?
I'm going to drop the mic.
Are you teaching a class on how to learn to do this, Joanne?
I have a private Facebook group, and
I better be on that private Facebook group, girl.
What I really do right now is, of course, I've been juggling with, September 15th and all kinds of fun stuff. That's my computer's updating right now. And, but my website, which is Be Socially Awesome, there will be a bunch of videos where you can learn how to do most of the stuff for free. And then there'll be some advanced classes that will be able to be purchased. So right now there's one up there that that you guys might find interesting. And it's basically an overall social media boot camp specific for accountants and bookkeepers that's on my site that you can purchase. I think it's almost 2 hours in length, a little bit over. I think it's like 2.5 hours in length. And I cover like LinkedIn and videos and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. We really get in depth in Facebook. So, but yeah.
Awesome.
That one is awesome.
I was on the live training and it was unbelievable, Joanne.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I was in the live one when you recorded it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
It was more like 3 hours, actually.
I think it went pretty long. It did go pretty long.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. It kept going and going.
Was that the boot camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, the boot camp was
Facebook
awesome.
changed its pages and
yep, they updated its pages and stuff. But I mean, I had the opportunity to do that. That I did in collaboration with Jan and the ICB.
the ICB USA.
Yeah.
Group?
Yep. So that was fun.
Awesome.
You were looking for me?
I was.
We have been looking for you for about a half an hour.
We're in anticipation. We want to know about your event next week.
So I'm having I have my longtime financial advisor that I've been working with since I graduated college in '98, and he just got some new certifications and stuff like that. And I was like talking to him, and we said, well, why not have a mini workshop, a 101 on financial planning and budgeting and, saving for college, saving for retirement, planning for the future, that sort of thing. So we decided to have a small, because my conference room can fit up to 15, but I wanted the group to be very small and intimate. So I'm only opening up to 10 people. And that's basically going to be the initial meeting or inaugural meeting or inaugural workshop in our conference room space.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So feel free to tell anybody you know in this area, in the Boston. I'm about 30 minutes south of Boston. So anybody you know in the Boston area that could utilize some financial planning, whether it's budgeting or, kids getting ready to go to college, there's some tips and tricks that we can provide to them. And I think I will be dusting off my financial counselor financial aid counselor hat from years ago, and helping folks with the FAFSA and getting that application done, and what kind of things to look for, what colleges may or may not look to, because I was the assistant director of financial aid at Bentley University for 5 years, and so I to nuts. I started there as a receptionist, and by the time I left, I was the assistant director of financial aid and student employment. So there was a lot of information that I got while I was there, and helping families pay for college and kind of figure out how things work.
Awesome.
Great.
You have to see the chairs that Misha and I picked out for her conference room.
Is that the same chair that you had online?
No, it's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Hers are the bomb. They're like, there's bright green ones and purple ones.
Oh my goodness.
They're so, it's so awesome.
Yeah, they're really good. We actually, Joanne has on her blog, on her I think it's the Be Socially Awesome website, the blog, she did a little tutorial about how to find the color. And like, if you have a picture and you don't know what the color is, there's a way to go in and there's this website, I can't remember what it's called, but you go in and you highlight the color you're looking for, and it will tell you what the hex color is, that crazy number that you find in certain things. So my web designer, my graphic designer, we went through her swatches, and I picked out my purple. And I have the Pantone color, I have the number, so I can be consistent across the board. So what I did is I found a website that converted my Pantone into a hex, and then I took the hex and I found the opposite that coordinates with it, which is a green. So now I have the hex purple and I have the green, and that I merged those together, and the two of them look gorgeous.
Nice.
I updated my Facebook page with a new cover, and I've been playing around with my profile picture. It was me for a while, and I just so happened to have a picture with me with a purple head tie, a head wrap, and a purple scarf, and I laid it on a background of green.
Wow. Wow.
So it's like this really awesome purple and green combination. So it's something like that. But once the conference room is up, I have 8 chairs to put together because they were delivered the other day. I just haven't had time to put them together. So, but thanks to Joanne she walked me through that whole process.
She was so mad at me. She was so mad at me though, because she's like, how do you do this? I'm like, I have a video. Like, I only have a couple of videos up there. Go watch my video. She goes, you're going to make me watch the video. I said, give me the views. Give me the YouTube views so I can make that 7 cents. Watch my damn video. And she's like, me. But she did. And now she knows. Now she can book.
Yeah, definitely. So now before I ask her anything, you know what I do? I've learned. I go to her YouTube channel, and I Google the video. I search the video, and I'm like, it's not there. Then I go to her and say, Joanne, do you have a video that you haven't posted yet about blah, 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 blah? And she's like, well, no, not yet. I have that on my list to do.
Oh, and Joanne will call you out. I remember one time during tax season, I was asking her how to do something, and we were going back and forth, and she's like, just hold on 1 second. I was like, okay. And then like 30 minutes later, she's like, here, and she posted a link, and it starts with, because I have a friend that needs to know this, I'm going to make a video. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Call me out on the video. Like,
hey, if you feel defensive, that's you. I said a friend.
No,
I didn't say my friend Mariette, who's a pain in the butt.
Oh, totally. I shared it like crazy. I'm like, so you all know I am the friend, and this video rocks. So watch it. It was the best.
Joanne is getting big experience on how to deal with whiny and complaining people, huh?
Yeah. You know what? But though that's what I like though, because it's like, I come at things from a different angle, so I don't know where people get stuck.
Right, right.
So when I hear how people get stuck and where the disconnect is in social media, that helps me be able to bridge that gap.
And put out videos for it.
And put out videos for it and try to help people steer them in the right direction.
Well, when you figure out how to make more time or make me have more time, we'll say that, because I don't know. I think if I had more time, I'd just be more crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing that I've actually learned from Joanne is when something is coming to me and I can't figure out what it is, and I Google it. I've been writing down the words I use to Google.
Oh, for tags.
Because if I'm looking for it and I can't find it, then that's an opportunity to make that content out there. So it's like I have like these little notes and stuff where I was looking for this and I couldn't find. I keep rewording it and changing the words like she said. But a lot of people don't do what Joanne suggests and throwing those tags in there so that they pop up high, at the top.
Especially if it has to do with an app or if it has to do with accounting stuff. I mean, if you guys are searching for how to do something and you find the answer, you should create that answer either in a video or in a blog post with the title being the question that you typed into Google. Because other people are probably doing that same exact thing and then they can come across your content.
Exactly. So more homework from Joanne. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
And that's the other thing.
Enough yet?
And that's the other thing. She's always making you actually do it. There's no, Joanne, can I ask you a quick question and actually answer it now? She's gonna make you go. She's gonna make you work.
That's right. I have to make you work.
Oh, I want to share something that's so cool just on this topic. So I just put a link in the chat. So I, do the same thing with Joanne, but I also do it a lot with Seth. Like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? And so his famous is now you have to click on that link. I'll ask him something. He won't even respond. He'll do that. This is how you Google it. And I don't know if you guys ever use this. I use this all the time with my clients. I think it's hilarious. So you could actually create a link that says, Google it. And so then if you click on the link, it'll be.
Let me Google that for you.
Let me Google that for you. Oh my God, when one time he sent that to me, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And so now if my client will send me something that I know I could find, I'll send them the link on let me Google that for you. Oh my gosh, they think it's like the best thing on earth.
I love it. That's funny.
Oh, and it's so funny.
I just clicked on that and it actually, was that something Seth put in there?
No, you can go to let me Google that for you and Google something and then it creates a link for you and then you send that link to somebody that asks you a question and they do it for you. It's like the funniest thing. So you can say, how to find Joanne's videos, let's just say, Joanne DeBalso. And then you create an actual link and then you send that link to someone. It'll literally say, let me Google that for you and type in how to find Joanne DeBalso's videos.
That's funny.
Is that the coolest thing?
We have to play with that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I use it all the time. I think it's the best thing on earth. And it's so fast. Makes me happy.
Mariette.
Yeah.
Too bad it doesn't talk.
You know what? It will. And that's scary.
No. I mean the actual introduction, like when you click on the link, it should have a really sarcastic way of saying, let me Google that.
That's going to be scary, but it will one day, I'm sure. Like, it'll be like, oh, let me Google that for you.
That's funny. That's hysterical.
Isn't that hysterical? I love it. I think it's so funny.
Okay. What else do we want to talk about? Dennis, let's talk about the IRS warning. We have to unmute.
I was saying they've been getting, the IRS has warned that there's fake CP2000 letters. And if people don't know what a CP2000 letter is, basically an IRS sends you a letter saying that they found discrepancies in your tax return versus what was reported to them. And apparently these are fake CP2000 and telling you need to send them this amount of money. So it's basically a scam. It was kind of interesting last night. I was watching this on YouTube, people scamming the scammers. and people actually calling back and, these fake numbers and jerking the people around. It's pretty funny. This one guy called back, said he had killed a bunch of people and wanted to know if the IRS could help him, solve the problem.
Sounds like Jerry Seinfeld. Let's take all the old junk mail that you have and send it back to the person giving you junk mail.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
Actually, on just a ironic note, we have been training them to know if you get a phone call, if you see an email, the only way they contact you is by mail. Now they're getting mail.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm just gonna tell them. For my people, I'm just gonna say to them, anytime you get anything, before you do anything, send anybody any money, give me a call.
Before you sign that check, especially.
Before you do anything, because again, you write the check out to the Department of the Treasury. You don't write it to the IRS.
Exactly.
Make payable to the Department of Detroit. Department
US
of Treasury. Yeah, the Treasury. You're not writing it to the IRS. So.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of clients, and I've heard feedback that when they get notices from the IRS, it freaks them out. There's some that just,
of course it does.
There's some that puts it in a drawer and kind of closes the drawer without looking at it, thinking that out of sight, out of mind.
That's
the
way
at least those people are going to be protected. They'll never get scammed.
If it's a real notice, not so good.
It's pretty amazing people that will not open. I have a client that was getting, intent to seize letters, and she wasn't even opening the letters. I said, "Aren't you getting these letters?" She said, "Well, yeah, but I'm not opening them."
So that makes it go away.
Yeah. Well, I've got power of attorney, so I'm getting these letters. I'm saying, "Aren't you getting these letters?" It says, "Yeah, they're in my drawer here. I haven't opened them yet."
In that case, not spam. You need to know what they're doing instead of waking up one day and not having access to your bank account.
Well, the thing that was interesting on these YouTube videos is when they called them back, the people, supposedly IRS people, had very thick Indian accents, and it was pretty obvious that they weren't native born. And these people, and they were reading from scripts, and this one guy got really provoked when when the scammer got scammed. He was dropping all these F-bombs and all this. It was pretty hilarious.
Can I show you the thing I was telling you about a minute ago?
Absolutely.
One second. So this, can you see?
Oh, cool.
So the purple in the background, again, this was an image I bought. So I used the code, the website that I found that Joanne told us about in her video, and I clicked on the green in the picture and found the matching, the hex number for that. I clicked and found the purple, but this is my purple on the border. And then I kind of tried to coordinate the over here with that.
Nice.
So it kind of looked a bit cohesive. So I'm just trying out a bunch of different things to kind of see how it works.
So since you're there, click on events. Let's see your event.
Events. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This is, and if you get a chance, why don't you try doing a video, maybe 5 minutes of it or just one subject out of it?
Yeah, I'm going to have the financial advisors, we're going to have a pre-meeting, and we're going to set up the conference room for the presentation, and we'll go through all of that. So I was going to, think about that. And then I was telling Larry in the chat, what I might do is do a quick live, Facebook Live, just at the start of it, or maybe at the end of it. But I'd need to get permission from the people participating to do that.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, and again, Joanne helped me with the cover as well, because there's rules for doing Facebook's ads and all of that stuff. So there's so much information to learn, and she's gonna have a video on that too. Well, no, she's gonna have a class on that. So when she does post that out there, it's gonna be something definitely we all should take advantage of.
Hey, Misha,
Mm-hmm.
what's that news feed? Event tips, what's that? It says shared in a news feed. Help people find out about your event by sharing it in newsfeed.
Oh, is that an advertising down a little bit? Down, right where your cursor was, stop.
Go to the right.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share it in your newsfeed. So I can change this. I'm sorry, I can change this. Like you would normally share a post. I can share this. Say I wanted.
Share it in our group.
Share in the group. And then
yeah, there we are.
Yep. I don't even know what to say.
Say, this is my amazing event. Aren't you jealous?
Joanne is always there when you need her. Love you, Joanne.
I'm always there for the creative copy.
And then that's all you do. And you can, because the option actually gives you can invite friends. You can invite friends from your personal profile. You can share it the way I just did it, in newsfeed, or you can send it to someone directly as a Facebook message. So there are different ways to promote it.
Yeah. And she can even promote the event. She can even do a Facebook ad to promote the event directly, bringing people directly to this page if she wanted to, or she can do a Facebook ad and just send people directly to show them the purchase tickets. Show them what you did.
Right here. So the event actually costs $7, and that's just for the facility. So I set up an Acuity scheduler, which the heading now is new, and they actually just fixed this for me. I sent an email to help at Acuity and told them when I was having a problem. And she emailed me back and said, "Oh, we kind of put a little code on your thing. Go and look at it and tell us what you think." Acuity people, I'm telling you,
I love their
they
support.
are rock stars.
They're the best.
Yep. So what I did was I set up a specific, just this one event, and it allows you to come in, and there's a description here. You set the time zone like you normally would, and then you pick the day, and then you put in your information, and I asked them just some basic questions, and then I have Acuity offers the option to pay for events. And I set up my PayPal, my business PayPal. So now they can pay right here. They pay their $7, they get their confirmation, and they're good to go.
And you've stopped it at 10. Once they hit 10,
it's full.
It's full, and that's it. And you don't have to maintain that.
No.
You don't have to manage that. Acuity does it all for you.
Yep.
In your calendar managing app, Acuity.
Yep.
And the beauty about the connection is that if you wanted to take it one step further with Acuity, you can integrate it with like MailChimp or Aweber. So once somebody signs up for an event, you can automatically go to your email thing, and then you can automatically send them, an opt-in to your list and get them on your list. So you can email market to them or Facebook ad to that email address.
And because I don't have Aweber like Joanne and anything set up, what I did was I put this little note down here asking them if they want to receive notifications about future events. So anybody who says yes, they'll go into my database. Anybody who says no, they won't get. I won't add them.
Well, Facebook add them.
But it's Acuity. Like there's so many things with Acuity that I'm still like amazed right now as I'm going in and playing around with it and the things you can do. And the good thing about it is if you don't like something, you send a message to support and you say, "I don't like this, can you fix it?" And they usually come back and say, "Yeah, we can fix that."
Nice.
But that's the most, and this is my first one, so I'm looking for what? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Squirrel.
Sorry.
So we only have a couple more minutes left. Is there anything anyone wants to talk about before we end our show? Kevin, next time, I hope you join us again and we get our mic fixed the next time. We would love to talk to you. Okay. Not working, sorry.
Sometimes if your webcam has a video or an audio, I mean, that's how I speak, is to my webcam. So maybe you might want to check your settings in your webcam, see if it has an audio, and if it's linked up with the.
Maybe Yvette could walk him through it. I don't know.
Yeah, usually if you put your cursor over the up arrow next to the mute, you'll see under microphone how many microphones your computer has on it.
That's true.
So, sometimes just clicking off of one and clicking on another helps. But again, it depends on however many microphones that you have.
Well, most of the webcams have mics built in, so that's what I use.
Yep. Sometimes those mics aren't that good, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen a couple that'll break up and stuff. So,
Right.
and actually, I am using my webcam mic, which I didn't think I was. But
It sounds fine.
So
I just wanted to say, I posted the link on Accounting Today that they're talking about the tax notices scam. So you guys can
yes.
and share that with others as well.
Yeah.
oh, absolutely. Please get that out because they prey on the older folks, the ones that are the most vulnerable, and that is just deplorable.
These people are shameless.
Absolutely.
It would be it's a perfect opportunity for to do a blog on it.
There you go. So we should have some blogs coming out, Dennis, Mariette.
Do some blogs on it and share it. This is giving your clients the heads up.
Yeah, I tweeted it out this morning.
I'll add it to my blog content. I'll do it.
Add it to your list, Mariette.
I'll add it to my list. Okay.
Joanne is giving out homework once
I know.
again.
Homework.
More homework. Okay. Hey, you know what I'll do? This is what I'll do. I'll just put, let me Google that for you, tax scams. And
there you go.
There you go. I love it.
Well, I was told that the IRS revenue officers don't even call anymore or don't call initially because of all the scammers. In fact, I talked to one revenue officer and she was saying, yeah, the IRS told their people not to, because sometimes the revenue officer will make initial contact with the taxpayer by, telephone. So now I just sort of show up on your doorstep. So.
Yeah, well, showing up on your doorstep, that is not a scam. That's for real. So if that happens, don't shut the door in their face.
Yeah, don't let them in, though. You don't have to let them in.
I'm so sorry. I need to contact my CPA.
Yeah, basically
that's the exact answer.
That's what you say, yeah. I've got representation, contact them. Or I'll give
Absolutely. Always have the meeting at your accountant's office.
Yeah.
Don't let them in your house.
Joanne, I have a question for you.
What's that?
Dwayne is laughing about it. All righty then. I guess if we're done, we will see you next week. Oh, I know what I forgot to ask. Linda, you had somebody that you wanted to come on as a demo.
Yeah, Jamie. What I did was I copied the email that you prepared to send to the person for November,
Mm-hmm.
and I just edited it, and I'm going to send it to them.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll copy you.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if you had heard back anything for.
I had not done it yet. I'm still not. There's another form I have to fill in, and I have to get to them. So
Okay. So on your to-do
I'll have
list.
that done by Monday. You'll get a copy of the email. So I thought I'd let them pick any of the days in October except for the one that's at the end of QuickBooks Connect. Because I think we'll have a lot to talk about after QuickBooks Connect.
That's true.
I'm taking that day.
That's true.
And that would be the week before the November one anyway, and we don't want two in a row. So
Right. Absolutely.
Is that something that you guys are going to QuickBooks Connect that you can do a little streaming from there, or they don't let you do that?
Oh, I do a ton of streaming. I did a lot. I did a lot on Periscope. last year of a lot of, I actually Periscope, I could share it in our group. I actually have Oprah Winfrey's almost her entire keynote on video.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, I want to see that, Joanne.
All right. I'll dig it out and I'll put it as an unlisted video and I'll drop it in the group.
Thank you. Appreciate that. See, if we do our homework, we get rewarded.
You have to do your homework, though. So your homework is you have to share my QuickBooks Connect video.
I've already done that.
Share it again.
Done that
You
several
can share it more than once, I'll let you.
I've shared it plenty of times already.
I did my homework.
I've shared it a bunch of times, and oh no, that's the other. No, I commented. No, that's the other thing. This thing I commented on.
You see that post that Gina Woods. You know, I mentioned your video on when I was chat with Gina Woods. I told her to make sure she watches your video because it's so awesome. And then she watched it. She goes, "That is so awesome." And I said, "Yeah, send it to Intuit. Show Intuit. They got to see this."
That's right.
I'm sure they've seen it.
Oh, they've seen it already because I've been posting it like crazy. I actually even posted it on like the speakers page that we have, Joanne. I put it as my 2 most favorite QuickBooks Connect updates is your video and Seth David's countdown and his whole blog on it because I think that's so funny. Every time I feel worried of like how close it is, I look at the countdown and I'm like, oh crap! It's
I know. It's close.
Oh my gosh. And then trying to figure out, you know, which session you're going to attend. There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
crazy.
You got to attend mine.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not going to feel bad.
Also attending Mariette.
Mine are like at all the damn time when all the other good ones are at. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm not coming to a 7 o'clock in the morning.
No one is. Sorry. Richard wants me to bring donuts and I don't know, something else, cigars, who knows what, but I don't know what I'm going to get.
Cigars.
Hey, Mariette.
More, so you never.
Mariette, maybe if you get, what was his name, Max, to wear the spacesuit and have him there in the morning. You know how many people will show up.
Come in a spacesuit, and then he won't come in.
Well, let me say this. Anyone in a kilt, and Misha will fly out there and come.
Oh, you know it. You know I teleport. Come on now. I would invent teleportation just to get there.
Oh my god! Oh no, actually, I thought that was so funny that on one of the recordings too about the bookkeeper meeting that someone was saying, "Oh yeah, Mariette was being risky." I'm like, I was just talking about safe spacesuits. It was Misha that was being risky.
What? I was not. All I asked was if ICB USA had a Scotland team that I could connect with.
I believe you said single men.
No, I did not. I said Scotland.
So y'all have to watch the Southern Oregon Global Bookkeeping video to understand what we're talking about here. Poor Matt was harassed, but in a fun way. It was a lot of fun.
Plus, it was nighttime. It was late. Y'all that was a long day.
No, Gina, you should get an award. Honestly, you should wear like a crown for a week for doing that. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Next year I'm getting help. I'll ask y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
All righty. Well, I think that's it for today. So everyone have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
That's correct.
Good night.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye.
Bye.